ready to have the tastiest cheese sauce you may very well ever have had. We have Michael Tesoro here. He's the owner and the chef. Ooma Tesoro's Marinara sauce. Thank you so much for swinging by today. This is fantastic. Anytime you can combine cheese for me.
Exactly. This is an Italian version of baked macaroni and cheese, kind of, but not really. It's really a pasta sauce. And it's the ultimate comfort food. So on a day like today when it's snowing outside and cold and rotten, there's nothing that hits your stomach more sweetly than a Quattro Formaggi, meaning four cheese.
Four cheese. Quattro Formaggi?
Formaggi.
And in this case, we're using 5 cheese. You can make it 3 cheese, 2 cheese. We don't discriminate. We just want you to mix cheese together.
Exactly. So the key, though, is to take a hard cheese, like a Parmigiano, a creamy cheese, and soft, like the Fontina.
Now, is brie also in that creamy, soft area?
It would be.
Okay.
And so there's a whole bunch of different soft cheeses that could work that's nice and creamy. You want a blue cheese, like a Gorgonzola.
Really? A blue cheese?
Or you could even use Stilton. You could use a Danish blue or a Berkshire blue, which is a local cheese, which I chose today.
Okay.
Made up in the Berkshires. And last but not least, pick a stinky cheese. One that really, really smells strong. And like snowboarding and skiing and other winter sports, your aim here is for balance. You want a total balance of all of these cheeses. So use about a half a cup to 1 cup of each cheese. And you start off the sauce by browning a little bit, just like almost all good Italian food, is you start off with browning garlic.
This is almost how every Italian recipe ever starts.
Just brown a little garlic in olive oil until it's got a nice brown, golden brown color to it.
And now when you've been here before, you've taken the garlic out of the oil after you browned it. Is that what you're going to do again?
Today, it's up to you. It depends upon your guests and who you're serving.
I was going to say, because if I'm at this dinner party, I'm saying keep the garlic in, please.
I think I would suggest keeping it in.
Okay, so let's keep it in.
For those that are sensitive, you might want to take it out. But you get it nice and brown, and then you get a saucepan. Like
second pan, okay.
The other key element of making Quattro Formaggi is to keep the temperature down low.
You don't want to boil
You want to keep it really, really low, slow and low. Lots of these softer cheeses, can be just put right into the sauce.
Okay.
The Gorgonzola, depending upon how hard it is, can be also just broken up a little bit with the knife and then tossed in.
I imagine the Parmesan, because it's so hard, needs to be either grated
That needs to be grated. So, on this one, you want to grate it pretty wide.
Yeah, I can try it for you if you'd like.
Want to go for that?
Yeah, why not?
And same with the Fontina. The Fontina can also, another key factor is about a cup of heavy cream. So if you're using a cup of each of those cheeses, you want to add at least a cup of heavy cream very early in the process of making the sauce, because by adding cold cream to the cheese, it will cause the cheese to congeal. And you want to avoid doing that. So you want everything to come up together nice and warmly, very slowly, melting together and blending all those flavors.
Can I interest you in some Parmesan cheese?
There you go.
Is that how you...
That's
what a fancy cheese grater you got going on here.
That's a really nice one.
Look at this. They don't mess around. It has a slider. I just feel like I really need to show people at home that.
And then if you want to do a little bit of the Fontina as well, that has a nice creamy flavor and taste to it. Look at the way that's coming together now.
Wow. Now, how do we know when it's nearing finish?
So you want it just to combine. You really don't want to cook it for very long. You want to melt the cheese, and once it starts combining and melting, then you're getting close.
Now, Michael, if this was me, I would just eat this with a spoon, but I imagine people serve it with something.
Right. So this is traditionally served on penne pasta. We also have a little bit of vino. So you want to use a wine from northern Italy, either a Pinot Grigio, or you could even use a Gruner from the Austrian area. You want to use about a cup of acidic dry wine.
Acidic wine.
Yeah.
Okay. So not the Riesling.
A wine. Actually, Riesling has a good acidity to it.
Does it really?
Yeah. Although it adds a certain sweetness to it. There's a nice acidity to
Riesling.
To Riesling.
I did not know that.
Same is true with the Gruner, and to some extent Pinot Gris and Pinot Grigio.
Huh. There's Pinot Gris and Pinot Grigio?
Depending upon what side of the border you're on.
This is fascinating. You have a whole lot more to teach us, I feel like.
So.
Now we have a finalized product right there?
Yeah, and so we can take a look. You want to get your pasta after the sauce is almost done and ready. You want to just drip it into the pasta and then cook the pasta over your already cooked pasta.
I wish you could smell this.
Mixing it together so that it's totally combined and the sauce really absorbs into the pasta itself. There's not a virgin piece of pasta there. It's all covered with this delicious, yummy, comfort food cheese sauce. Quattro Formaggi.
Quattro Formaggi. Well, thank you so much. If people, by the way, want this recipe, they just go to mymassappeal.com later today. But for now, we should probably grab a couple forks and dig in.
Great.